Welcome back into RWA Legacy, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Massey alongside Joe Corey here high atop the RWA ring at the Thayer Arena. And this match, Joe Corey, I've been excited to call. Brian Fury, the Firebrand, taking on RWA's returning Antonio Atama. These two, incredibly talented professional wrestlers. They have never faced each other in their respective careers.
It's unbelievable to think, Rob, with the presence the two men have in New England to have never faced off. So, I mean, the last time we saw Brian Fury in RWA ring, a match of the year candidate against the Heat Chris Pyro, but I think he might top it tonight.
The last time Antonio Atama was at RWA Legacy, it was here at the Thayer Arena, RWA Legacy 5, inside that 15-foot high steel cage against a New England Hall of Famer in Jose Perez.
The only time the RWA has had a steel cage match. And tell you, Rob, I'm excited. The first time I ever came to an RWA show was that Christmas Chaos, and it was the last time that Antonio Atama was here. And I told you that's the guy that stuck out to me the most. I was like, I could be a huge fan of this guy, and it's been almost 3 years and I haven't seen him since. I'm getting goosebumps to be able to call an Antonio Atama match.
Brian Fury, one of the toughest guys in New England. What an incredible brawler, an incredible talented professional wrestler. He wrestled JT Dunn at RWA Legacy 6.
Yep.
That was at the Varnum Memorial Armory in East Greenwich. That match, mid-card main event, stole the show.
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, and this was when JT Dunn was just starting to make that transition to where he is now. And you can honestly say that match with Brian Fury is kind of what kicked him into gear for that.
And we await the return of the investment, Antonio Atama. The investment has returned to cash in here at Legacy against Brian Fury. It has been 3 long years since Antonio Atama has stepped foot inside an RWA venue and inside an RWA ring. And the last time he was at Legacy, he main evented here and put on one hell of a show.
I mean, in that time, Rob, he hasn't been a stranger to the ring. Just hasn't been in the RWA. Facing some of the biggest talent in the country. I mean, he recently faced Steve Corino. He's recently faced Hanson, one half of War Machine in Ring of Honor. I mean, he's facing top-level competition and coming out on the winning end.
And tonight, he faces no stranger to the national eye in Brian Fury, as Atama greets his fans, returning here to the RWA ring. And he has got to be feeling some goosebumps back here at the Thayer Arena, where he main evented just 3 years ago.
I tell you, Rob, it's great to see him back in an RWA ring.
Manny Souza checking. Antonio Atama has already checked Brian Fury. And this, folks, is going to be a professional wrestling clinic. Buckle in. This is going to be fun. The bell has sounded. We are underway. Atama has a ton of fans here tonight. Brian Fury has his fair share of fans here tonight. And if you're a fan of professional wrestling, this is going to be special. A sign of respect by both men here in the center of the ring. Collar and elbow tie-up. Atama from Miami, Florida. Brian Fury hailing from New Hampshire. Fury has height and weight, along with reach, on Antonio Atama. Atama has speed. And the top wrist lock applied by Antonio Atama.
Atama's also got that amateur wrestling background. It's great in taking away all of those advantages that Brian Fury has.
Brian Fury, also one of the best brawlers in professional wrestling today, and can hit you with that right hand, and it's all done for you. the shots that I remember Brian Fury laying in to JT Dunn at Legacy. We saw him face Chris Pyro a couple of months ago. I mean, Brian Fury is tough. Antonio Atama, I have seen him wrestle at other venues. He is incredible. He is very fast. He's agile. And that, like you said, that amateur wrestling background, as he is taken down by Brian Fury. Fury laces up both legs, taking Antonio Atama's leverage away.
I mean, it's a smart move. I mean, Brian Fury has to know that that's the advantage that Atama brings to the table. When you take a wrestler's legs away, there's really not a lot they can do. That's where all the leverage comes from.
Hold, counter hold by Antonio Atama and Brian Fury. These two feeling each other out right now.
You get the sense neither man in a rush to really go for anything, knowing one mistake could end the match. They're going to be very methodical.
Nice takedown there by Atama on Brian Fury. Fury down on trying to fight off the top, pushing the chin back of Antonio Atama. Again, leverage is what the battle is right now.
Nice reversal there into the headlock.
Fury, side headlock, and Antonio Atama fighting off. Into the ropes goes Fury. Big shoulder tackle by Brian Fury. Off the ropes goes Fury, ducking under is Atama. Atama leapfrogs Brian Fury, nobody home. Fury chases Atama, big shoulder tackle, taking down the investment. Off the ropes goes Atama. Oh. Fury leapfrogs. Antonio Atama saw it coming. Rear waist lock. Victory roll for Atama. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Off the ropes goes Atama again. Big arm drag. Ricky Steamboat would be proud. Cover 1 and a kick out at 1. These two so fast. Another arm drag by Antonio Atama this time. Tripping up Brian Fury. Cover 1 and a trip up and a stalemate. What a transition by these two. I
mean, you see that there, Rob. You know, first it's the power of Fury, the agility of Atama, but then they switched up. You see the power of Atama with the agility of Fury. I mean, it's the best of both worlds.
These two don't know what they have never faced each other, so the feeling out process is taking a very long time with these two, and this crowd, sellout crowd, appreciates absolutely everything they have just seen.
I mean, you can hear it. The crowd split. I mean, I can tell you, that's not going to last very long. You know, they keep going for the handshake. Eventually, somebody's going to snap and try to get an advantage.
So here's the question right now. If we were scoring this on points, who is ahead?
Right now, I think I'd almost have to lead to Brian Fury. I think he's been in control more, where Atama might have countered more. So the aggression of Fury is actually going to play into a part if we were going by points.
Up and over goes Antonio Atama. Drop kick sends Fury back into the corner. Atama, big hip toss sends Fury down. Atama, drop kick, using that speed to his advantage. A cover 1, 2, and just a kick out at 2. Actually, just 1. It looked like 2, but Fury very, very quick. And for a bigger guy, moves quick. He's in incredible shape right now. As Antonio Atama takes him over with a snap suplex, cover 1, 2, and a kick out just at 2.
You kind of get the feeling right now that Antonio Atama is starting to get very comfortable in that ring. You know, he's not a stranger to their arena. He's not a stranger to the RWA. One of the few guys that the ring's not going to bother. He's used this ring multiple times.
So hasn't Brian Fury.
Exactly, but I just think that you're getting to a point now where Atama's feeling comfortable. The jitters are gone. You know, making that entrance back in the RWA there's got to be butterflies. All that's going away, and he's starting to settle in, and you can see now he's in control.
The technical aspects of this match right now between Atama and Fury. Fury trying to keep the leverage up away from Antonio Atama. Gets back up to a vertical base as Atama's trying to slow this thing down and keep Fury grounded.
Something I don't know if you noticed, Rob, there with the headlock, Atama leaning his head into Fury's to almost bend him into the headlock.
What a switch there by Brian Fury, now going in for the power game, just laying in those strikes. One of the best strikers in the game right now. Off the ropes, Irish whip by Antonio Atama. Atama charges up and over. Fury catches him on his shoulder and then just dumps him on the outside of the ring. And that, we're talking an 8-foot ring, a 4-foot drop after the apron onto straight concrete. And Brian Fury now gets a chance to slow things down, catch his breath, and able to give a more methodical pace right now.
This is definitely what Brian Fury wanted. You got a little bit of separation, gets his wits about him again, and now he can formulate his own game.
Fury on the outside has Atama to the apron. And that is all wood, ladies and gentlemen. No padding on the edges of the apron here. As Fury mocks I believe that's Antonio Atama's dad, who is at ringside for most of his matches.
Not so. As I said, I mean, we've seen multiple times that Tony Atama's father has actually become part of the matches for Antonio Atama.
Sellout crowd still at the edge of their seats here as Fury lines up and planted Atama with that kick. Atama in a bad way right now inside the ring, but I think Fury slowing this down might give Atama a chance to, catch his breath and regain his.
It's a double-edged sword, Rob. He's making the pace more methodical, but at the same time, it's allowing Atama to get himself back into the match.
Cover 1, 2, and a kick out just did 2. Huge scoop slam by Brian Fury, dropping him from almost the top of his shoulders down to the mat. That's about 7 feet.
But this is a mistake by Fury. He got the 2 count, and he looks at the referee, questions it. He doesn't capitalize.
Back and forth, Atama, right hands to Fury. Now a big forearm, off the ropes, and into the ropes goes Atama. Reversal by Fury, and again, there's a strength advantage from Brian Fury.
And nothing Atama could do that. Fury met him literally at the ropes. I mean, no chance to block, no chance to defend himself.
Brian Fury measuring Antonio Atama here, as now clearly in this match, while we do not have a victor yet, I would say Fury is clearly ahead on points. As Atama,
nice reversal.
Off the ropes, big drop kick, sends Fury out to the outside. And Atama, just as I said that he's behind, starting to play from behind. Suicide dive to the outside, says Brian Fury halfway up the aisleway.
And now you kind of feel the momentum shift, and this is what Antonio Atama needed. Get that pace a little quicker, and now he's able to take it to Brian Fury.
Atama halfway up the aisle going after Brian Fury. Smells blood in the water, and is going to go after the Firebrand. I tell you what, the 2 guys who have not faced each other before in their careers fighting each other very evenly here tonight at Legacy. Off the ropes goes Antonio Atama, follows up with a clothesline, sends Fury to the mat. Goes for a back elbow, sends Fury back down again. Fury up in the corner, Atama measuring Fury. Into the corner with a forearm. Off the ropes goes the investment. Follows up with a leg lariat, sends Atama down, sends Fury down 1, 2, and a kick out.
Right, they cut it right across the bridge of the nose with that, Robbie. I mean, even if he doesn't break the nose, that's going to make the eyes water, and it's definitely going to throw Brian Fury further off of his game.
Atama slowing down, going after Fury now. Boot right to the throat of Brian Fury. Manny Souza administering the 5 count. Broken at 4. Atama has until 5. Irish whip. Fury reverses. Into the corner goes Atama. Fury follows up, gets met with a back elbow. Atama, that second rope. Drop kick again. Center of the chest of Fury. Cover. 1, 2, and just a kick out at 2.
Almost like that's like his go-to, Rob. You can see every time he starts to build a little bit of momentum, he goes right to that drop kick. It's easy for Atama. He knows his wits are about him when he hits it. It's just easy for him.
Atama and his cheering group on top here. They know right now that this is the best chance for Antonio Atama to walk away with a victory. Brian Fury rolls through, going for, and he's going for that Boston Crab. He's trying to roll over Antonio Atama. Atama rolls Fury through. Fury, a big super kick.
Right on the jaw.
Cover, 1, 2, and Atama kicks out of the super kick.
Wow.
That was a well-placed crescent kick from...
That was a super kick, Rob.
From Brian Fury, right on the point of the chin of Antonio Atama. Should have won the match, and Atama knows how important legacy is. Fought his way back up. Fury back up to his feet, measuring Antonio Atama, hits him with a right hand. Atama follows up with one of his own. Fury, a right hand. Another one by Atama. These men going to trade blows, center of the ring. This is just adrenaline now for these two as Atama gets the upper hand. Irish whip Reversed by Fury. Into the corner goes Atama. Atama follows up with a roll. Oh my God! Fury went for a schoolboy and threw Atama into the corner. 1, 2, and a kick out. At Atama's head hit off the second turnbuckle.
I thought that was it, Rob. You can tell Fury's starting to get angry. He's pulling everything out, and Atama just keeps coming back for more.
As Atama lays on the canvas after hitting his head clear on that second turnbuckle, you don't know how much Atama may have left. I mean, we don't like throwing the C word around, but the concussion possibility there after hitting it as hard as he did. Some may have thought I was going for another word, but I wasn't. Concussion is the word. Off the ropes goes Atama, being caught by Fury.
Oh!
An octopus stretch.
Wow!
What a great submission maneuver that you rarely see. Atama has Fury on the ropes as Fury used every inch of his frame to get to an escape. The agility of Antonio Atama almost wrapped up Brian Fury right there with the submission.
That was impressive.
Atama, again, is on probably his third win. Off the rope goes Atama after the reversal. And an enziguri hits the mark. Atama down to a knee. And Fury can't believe the fight still left in Antonio Atama. Off the ropes goes the investment. Up, and Atama catches him with a huge DDT.
He spiked him, Rob.
Cover. 1, 2. Oh my God, that's 2. I thought that was it. Atama thought that was it. Half this crowd thought it was it.
I thought it was it.
So 3/4 of the crowd thought it was it.
Wow, really?
I'm sorry. Love you, pal.
Yeah.
Atama has given just about everything he's got to Brian Fury. Fury is staggered as he double legs Antonio Atama, and he goes and locks in that Boston Crab. Center of the ring. And the bottom ropes look miles away to Antonio Atama.
I tell you, I like the way he does. A lot of people try to clasp their hands between the legs. He places his hands between the opponent's leg and his leg, almost locking it in that way, using his opponent's leg against it.
Look at the torque on the back of Antonio Atama. Brian Fury, who has the weight advantage anyway. Atama pressing himself up, trying to get to the ropes.
And he's right in the middle of the ring.
You wonder if this is it for the investment, who gets to the bottom rope. And Fury must break. He's going to hold on as long as he can. He breaks at 3. He has until 5. And Atama held on for dear life.
Fury can't believe Atama didn't just tap out. You have to wonder if this is starting to get into weigh on Brian Fury. You know, every time there's a 2 count, every time he's got a submission, he keeps looking at the referee, getting shocked that the match isn't over.
Brian Fury picks up Antonio Atama. After that Boston Crab, I'm surprised Atama can even stand. He is jelly-legged in the far corner. Into the corner goes Atama, up, and nobody home. A roll through. Here's a cover. 1, 2, and Atama kicks out. Fury being caught by Atama. Atama
nice reversal.
has Fury up and nails. Brian Fury, cover. 1, 2. Atama wins. Atama returns and gets a victory at RWA Legacy.
Wow, that was an amazing match, Rob.
The investment returns victorious to the RWA in what will definitely go down as an instant classic for the Renegade Wrestling Alliance.
Wow, that was a pleasure to call that match.
Atama just kept fighting back and back and back against Brian Fury, and let's give Brian Fury all the credit he deserves. The amount of pain that he inflicted on Antonio Atama coming just short here tonight at Legacy.
And like I said earlier on, Rob, it was going to take one mistake. All it took was that one reversal off that up and over, and I mean, it was the end of the match. I mean, it took one mistake on the part of Brian Fury. It was a perfect match almost to that point.
Antonio Atama stands victorious inside the ring where he got his start. here at the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, and Brian Fury offers a round of applause to his opponent tonight. Signs of respect for both of these tremendous independent professional wrestlers.
And it's odd to say, I mean, you hope this, like you said, it was the first time they've ever faced off, and you hope it's not the last, because that was an amazing match.
Atama inviting Fury back into the RWA ring. And the respect by these two high-class gentlemen here in front of a sold-out crowd at the Thayer Arena. They have put on a show for these fans for nothing more than the spirit of competition and the love of the game. What an incredible match, and we are just, if you would believe it, folks,
we're only about halfway done.
We are just halfway done, and now we get into the nail-biting matches, Joe Corey. We have 3 title matches still to come, 2 of them in the RWA Steel Cage. But coming up next, number 1 contender spot for the RWA Triple Crown Championship, David Baker. The Brick David Baker takes on Jammin' Jack Connor. We saw Jammin' Jack Connor a couple of months ago come this close to an RWA Triple Crown Championship victory over Christopher Dozer. He came very close over the number 1 contender tonight in Mike Grassa a couple of months ago as well. Well, many months ago now, because Grassa hasn't held it for a while. Jack Connor has started over.
Yes.
He said to both of us after that loss to Chris Dozer, he does not deserve a spot until he earns it. He has worked very hard. David Baker, nasty gentleman.
Yep.
Talented professional wrestler. This number 1 contenders match, huge match, leading into our main event.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Connor not only here in the RWA, but outside of the RWA, has really elevated his game. He's doing everything possible to become that next tier competitor. And I really do think it took losing to Christopher Dozer and almost deciding to start over to get him to that point. I mean, David Baker, a brick house is the only way you can refer to him. They're on a collision course right now. And I don't know where to go, because, I mean, part of me feels this is David Baker's match to lose, but seeing Jack Connor earlier today, there's a fire in his eyes that I've never seen before.
The winner of this match will get an opportunity at the richest prize in our business at the RWA Thanksgiving Throwdown. Number 1 contender match next.